What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Luke Talk Sports. Like I start on almost every video, if you're not already following the Twitter page at Luke Talk Sports, go follow that Twitter page right now. Now, today's topic, we are going to talk about scandals in college basketball and college football. One instance in college football, two in basketball, and my opinion on teams getting cost or teams losing wins and not losses. Now, if you have been following sports news, you do realize that Louisville just got their 2012 Final Four, their 2013 National Championship, and Coach Pitino lost 123 wins on his resume. Now, the reason for that is that he was involved in what they're calling a sex scandal, where he would hire in hookers to be with the recruits, and he could be paying the recruits and helping their families out with whatever they needed, and giving them incentive to come to Louisville. Now, I'm not saying that other coaches do not, pay their players or, help them out in other ways by giving them discounts and whatnot. I'm not saying other coaches don't do that, because there are a lot of other coaches that do that. I can almost guarantee that. But I'm just going to tell you what happened at Louisville, what happened at Syracuse, and what happened in Ohio State football, and why I think it's wrong that they are taking away wins in some instances, and why I think they should take away wins in other instances. So, like I said, Louisville, Rick Pitino was bringing people in to be with the recruits, paying them not a lot of money, but he was, giving them money to help them out. They lost 2012 Final Four, 2013 National Title, and 123 wins. So the second team I mentioned was Syracuse basketball and Jim Boeheim. Now, the reason that they did lose everything that I'm about to mention is they were using ineligible players. Now, it cost Jim Boeheim in my opinion, as you know, I am a Syracuse fan. I've told you that a few times. In my opinion, he is the most winningest coach ever. Because I'll get to the reason why after, but he lost 108 wins, so a 34-3 season went to 0-3, and he lost the 2006 Big East title. Now, if you, I don't remember that title, obviously, because I was young, but I've looked up games, looked up stats, and it was a tremendous run for Syracuse in that year, 2006, but they lost that. So Syracuse used ineligible players. They lost 108 wins, and they lost the Big East title. Now, the Buckeyes, this was football. I don't know if you, I don't know how you would miss this if you're not very young, but what was happening was 5, 6, 7 guys were selling their rings they won, like Big Ten title rings, gold pants they get for when you win against Michigan, if you don't already know that. And then they were getting special treatment at tattoo parlors by getting discounted tattoos and extra tattoos for the same price and whatnot. Now, what all did this cost the Buckeyes? This cost them Jim Tressel. I'll touch on that in a second. And it cost them the Sugar Bowl when they beat Arkansas. Now, they lost Jim Tressel for the reason that he received emails about the players doing this, and he did not forward them to anybody. He did not do anything about it. He just kept them to himself. Now, that did cause him to resign because he would have been fired anyway, so he's going to step down and make it look a little bit more, appealing. But if he wouldn't have stepped down, he would have been fired, and no coach really likes to be fired. Now, like I said, I'll tell you why I think wins should be taken, why wins should and should not be taken, and why wins should not be taken is the reason for this is if you watch the 2012 March Madness, if you watch 2013 March Madness, I am almost positive, in fact, I'm 100% positive that Louisville played in those games. Louisville made it to the Final Four in both of those years, and one of those years they won the title. Now, you can't argue Louisville didn't win that title. I don't care how they got those players to come to Louisville. I don't care if any of them were involved in the scandal. I don't care if none of them were. They played that title game. They won that title game. They played the Elite Eight. They won the Elite Eight. They went to the Final Four in 2012. And then the other 123 wins that they lost, can we just say those games didn't happen? We cannot just say those games didn't happen. It's not possible to say those games didn't happen because people watched them. People paid to get in. Now, if you're going to take away the wins for them, does the wins go to the other team? And the answer to that is no. So if you take a win away from the other team, it still counts as a loss, but it doesn't. It hurts the team that lost, and it doesn't. And I mean, it hurts the team that won, but if you know what I'm saying, the team that lost should get that win if they don't have the win. If you know what I'm saying. So, which is exactly why I believe Jim Boeheim is the most winningest college basketball coach, because if he doesn't have these 108 wins, he has more wins than Coach K, which those would be the only two people ever in college basketball to get over 1,000 wins. And I truly believe that Jim Boeheim has over 1,000 wins because for the same reason that I don't believe Louisville should have their wins taken away. They played the games. They won the games. They beat the other teams. I do not see how you can just take away wins. I am not a fan of that punishment if you are the NCAA, is taking away wins, because not every single person was ineligible for Syracuse, and not every single person sold gold rings and whatever for the Buckeyes, and not every single person on Louisville was involved in the scandal, yet every single person is getting impacted by this. Now, I know people are probably thinking, well, if you're just involved, like if you're at some place and your friends do something stupid and you're involved with them, then you get caught up in that. But I don't believe in taking away wins from these kids. These are 19 to 23-year-old kids, and I mean, it's life. You're going to make a mistake, but I don't think taking away hundreds of wins from coaches is necessary. Now, like I said, the Buckeyes did lose a bowl game, and Louisville did lose a national championship, so I don't believe in taking away wins. Now, for the reason that wins should be taken away is I have no reasons for that. I do not believe wins should be taken away, and I feel like I've proved my point strongly in this video, but I just wanted to touch on the topic today on Thursday about Louisville losing their wins that happened earlier this week and why I don't believe it should happen. Like I ended off last video, if you have any questions, drop them in the comments. If you want to tweet me at Luke Talk Sports, feel free, DM me, whatever you want to do, get in touch. We can talk about this topic. I can give you more facts about this topic and why I feel so strongly that wins should not be taken away from these teams like Syracuse, Ohio State, and Louisville. But that wraps up this week's video. We got a full week of videos, 2 videos this week, and we will have videos next week as long as I am not busy again. Now, like I did say last video, baseball is starting up, but I'm not going to stop making videos as baseball starts up. I'm going to keep trying to get videos out as soon as possible. And if I have to pre-record the day before, I will do that. If I have to post a video late at night, I will also do that. Whatever I have to do to get videos out, I will do that. So that's the end of this video. Twitter page at Luke Talk Sports if you're not already following it, and I will see you Tuesday.